Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and today we'll continue adventuring in the Silvertine Lodes in Moria, in Citadel. So, okay, I gotta start working on some of this quests. I don't remember the specifics of some of them. Find stealing a Gamil Filik. Collect swatches of fabric. Okay, that's for forgotten treasure. Find flick and ore samples. And actually, all those are through the south exit. Alright, so it seems these ore samples will be done with pretty quickly, I would say. They are all over the place, basically. Yeah, I feel like I am rediscovering Moria in a way. Yeah, I don't remember much of this part of Moria. As I told you before, it's been 8 years since the last time I played it, since of the time of recording this, which is late 2020. I don't know, maybe I can avoid fighting that guy. Alright, so this is stealing? Yeah.
We will reclaim Khazad-dûm for dying Ironfoot!
Well met, good man. As you see, I have discovered some very unfriendly neighbors to the deep descent.
At long last, we will drive the maggot folk from our holes!
Well, Beriathan, we have been lucky so far in that the goblins infesting Khazad-dûm seem to be terribly disorganized, with inept leaders. Nevertheless, we cannot relax our guard. If I read things rightly, there is one particular leader among the nearby goblin tribe who has been bold enough to organize a raid against the deep descent, and I think it would be best if he doesn't live long enough to carry out his ploy. See if you cannot perhaps weaken the goblin forces in Gamil Filik and deal with their chieftain while you are at it.
If only the elves were not so stiff-necked, we might make a swift victory of this endeavor.
The make of the goblin armor disturbs me, Beriathan. It is finer than I would expect them to have, and certainly to make themselves. If the goblins are being supplied with armor and equipment from elsewhere in Khazad-dûm, then I think we had best find out where that source is and remove it. However, I cannot be certain of my fears unless I have some of their armor to examine. For that purpose, I would have you collect some of that armor from the goblins while you are in Gamil Filik. Right, so my question now is there any scholar notes in Gamil Filik? Doesn't seem like it. This is the goblin leader? Yeah. That was quick. We're much quicker without these guys pursuing me everywhere. Well, the issue is not that they come after you, but rather is that since they are ranged and we are playing in melee, that means that yeah, it's not as simple as some of the other enemies. And more than anything it just takes time, because right now they don't pose a challenge at all to us. Alright, so we only need one more scrap of armor, so let us start making our way back. Alright, and we completed a deed, Goblin Slayer. And we have a new title, Goblin Bane, and a new deed, of course, the advanced tier. So, Goblin Slayer, that's it, 5 LOTRO points. The title, Goblin populations should be curved wherever in Middle Earth they are found. A new deed, Goblin Slayer advanced. Alright, and 5 LOTRO points, legendary item level up. Alright, so now, where was the exit again? I don't think it was through here. I think I might have mistaken my way once again. I don't know, I was going so fast that I'm not entirely sure where I came from. But I think it was through here. Alright, so let me check really quick in here what do we got. We got a crystal fragment. That is a new quest. This crystal discovered on one of Moria's Orkin appears to be different than any other crystals found within Moria. You should bring it to someone who may know something about its origin. Perhaps you could speak with Falgir at the Deep Descent. He may have some knowledge regarding a crystal of the sort. Alright. And yeah, that's basically it. Some reputation items. Let us return to Stilling.
Durin's folk will defy Durin's bane!
Ah, I had feared this was the case. Upon a closer look, it is no mystery where this came from. These suits incorporate old pieces of dwarf metal and armor from long ago. The craftsmanship is so fine that even the vast span of years between has not destroyed it. Unfortunately, what time could not ruin, the foul hands of goblinsmiths have. Some of these pieces must have been rebeaten and reworked a dozen times by now, and worn by even more goblins over the years since they were looted from the fallen or from hidden armories of old. I fear they are of no use to us now. They serve only as another reminder of the ancient tragedies that engulfed fair Khazad-dûm in darkness.
We will reclaim Khazad-dûm for Dine Ironfoot!
Gothrock has fallen. That should set the goblins back again in their efforts to organize against us. Agility, critical rating, physical mastery, finesse. Yeah, that's good.
We will not retreat before anyone!
I explored this secret passage while you were distracting the goblins inside Gamil Filik, and I am quite pleased to report that it is safe. It brings us to a tunnel right near Puklor, who looks to be a terrifying foe, the likes of whom I had not anticipated. But there is good news. I thought I spied a loose bit of rock that would make a good trap for Puklor's downfall. If you sneak behind through this hidden passage, I think you will be able to get through and crush the villain by luring him to the trap. Alright. But first, before I forget, I usually forget, let us equip this item, this dark passage. So yeah, this is gonna take us to a new goblin boss, deep within Gamil Filik, and I think before that, you had to actually fight your way through. This is one of the many changes that the Moria revamp brought. Now, alright, and to kill these guys too. Alright, well, I think I could take Puklor down, but I'm not sure if that would count towards quest completion, so we're actually gonna lure him into the trap. But the trap was part of the original quest design. The only thing that they changed was how you get to the boss and how you come back.
Azog's folk have not yet fully repaid for their crimes against us.
The folklore lies in a grave of stone. Hopefully that will remind the goblins to whom Khazad-dûm truly belongs. I do not care what evil lords support them, the very bones of Khazad-dûm stand against them. Alright, now I think the only quest we're missing is this one, finding Filik. Let us go and find Filik. So for that, I think we'll need to descend a little bit more. God, I hope this is the way. Yeah, Moria is huge. That's like the understatement of the year, but just look at this thing, it's huge. And we have arrived at a new camp, a new dwarven camp. But yeah, I'm not sure if this is... If there is a quest that will bring us to this camp at the Deep Descent. And I'm not sure either if I'm on the right path to finding Filik.
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance.
Ah, greetings to you, good man. I am Goofy at your service. It is a great day to be a dwarf, I tell you, and I am privileged to see the retaking of Khazad-dûm in person. As we arrived here, I noticed the railway directly to the west. I sense that there are untapped mining prospects there, for the lodes of the Silvertine are the richest in the veins in all of Moria, and likely in all of Middle-earth. Would you be so good as to scout prospective paths in the tunnels and hang signs at any clear dead ends so that we know where to start our research?
If we drive the orcs from Khazad-dûm, will it be enough?
Forgive me for placing yet another burden upon you, but the miners have complained that the platform of Menem-berej is frequently overrun by goblins or other creatures, and they need it patrolled more frequently to keep such threats at bay while they prospect for mithril. I won't have my miners picked off by goblin filth. I need you to go patrol that platform and clear it of creatures to ensure the miners' safety.
If we drive the orcs from Khazad-dûm, will it be enough?
Our best hope of finding mithril in the Silvertine Lodes is to reclaim and repair the platform of Menem-berej, if you ask me. If you could begin by restoring the wheels on the platform, that would be most helpful, Beriathan. Alright, so before we continue, I think I'm actually gonna equip the Stone of the Tortoise for a little bit, because the VIP XP event that ran out the last weekend, that was a lot of bonus XP. And I don't want us out-leveling the content in Moria already, and we're too close to that, if you ask me. So, the passage is intact, but you know the sense of dread hanging about this particular tunnel. Alright. So yeah, that's why I wanna stop the XP gain for a bit, because I think we should be hitting level 54 by the time we get to Durin's Way or something. So I gotta keep an eye on the recommended level for the quest, so we're not too above and not below either. Alright, so this is another path into the Deep Descent, it seems. Yeah, look! This is where we started today's episode. But we're kinda lost, but lost in a good way. At least we are discovering new paths in Moria. So I just want to take a look at where this exactly is gonna lead us. How this connects to the Great Delving. And the answer is, it doesn't. You cannot cross in here. But this was a dead end. What a shame. Anyway. Let us continue looking. So yeah, I have a feeling at some point we'll be sent back here to fight a great big. But I mean, you cannot tell me that this tunnel looks threatening and not expect me to go and check it. Scout dead end passages. Alright, so... Well, this is a dead end, but not the kind of dead end we're looking for this quest. Alright, so yeah, a dead end in terms of the railway being broken, so yeah, you cannot go further. I understand. Alright, and they are properly marked on the map now. But those worms, I don't want to fight right now. Let us see, yeah, we cannot round the worm. And just worry about getting to the dead ends and mark them accordingly. But yeah, this is an area in which I usually get lost. There are many different pathways. Most of them are dead ends. But from the very first time I came to Moria, this is an area in which I usually lost my sense of direction, like. Alright, so now we need to... That's weird. So we scout the dead ends first, and now we have to go back to them and plant the signposts. Am I reading this correctly, or did I miss something? That seems like an unnecessary extra step. The quest could perfectly have two different objectives, scout dead ends and plant signs separately, so that you can do both simultaneously. It's not a big deal when you know where the dead ends are, because as a matter of fact they are not so far from each other.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
Right, you say? Bah! A dwarf does not fear a little greediness in a mine shaft. According to you, that is the best and only road, and so that is where we will begin. I thank you for your report, Beriathan, however nonsensical its delivery.
If we are to find Mithra in Khazad-dûm, we will first have to deal with the orcs.
Alright, it seems... I don't know if that's one of those quests that will auto forward you to where you need to go. It looked like it by the objective. I mean, since we need to come back to turning this quest anyways, we can hold on to that for a little bit longer. So we have discovered a new location, Menem-berej, and a new deed, bulwarks of the enemy. And I hope I'm pronouncing all these dwarf names correctly. I'm not an expert in Kuzul. by any means. I mean, even my Sindarin is not the best, and that's the language with the most material, I believe, Sindarin and Kenja. But yeah, my knowledge is basic, or maybe intermediate at best. Yeah, don't expect me to know a whole lot about Kuzu. That's a lot harder. Alright, there is a siege locker in here. I've taken that drop, it seems. There is a broken mirror in there, but it doesn't seem to be part of the mirror quest. So the Way of Smiths is related to the epic, but we're not there yet. And I think if we continue further down, this would be the entrance to the Forgotten Treasury. We cannot go there yet. We are not at the minimum level to be able to access the instance. And yeah, this is the entrance to the Forgotten Treasury. And we still need to complete a quest line that will get you in here eventually, but it's good to know where it is nonetheless. Now the Forgotten Treasury is not too difficult from what I remember. If you know what you're doing, that instance is really short, as you only need to align the statues and face the boss. But if you don't know how to do that, then it can take you a whole lot of time. And from what I remember, I was able to solo it. We might need to be a little bit over level to be able to do that easily. But yeah, we are definitely gonna do the Forgotten Treasury at least once at some point. I just gotta find a way back to Menem-berej. God, I shouldn't have dropped. No, I cannot make my... Ah, God, no! Cannot make my way back. On top of that, I fell again. Yeah, this is the part in the Silvertine Lodes where I always get lost. And you can see why. Menem-berej is a platform in the center, and I don't always... I have never understood really the layout in here. So it's a lot of trial and error for me. There is a goblin on stealth here. So these are all the gears that we need to repair. Yeah, it seems there was 2 of each on each extreme of the platform. For some reason I didn't see them. And now we only need to fight some more of these goblins in here. How many? 2 more goblins. Okay, so hopefully some of them will respawn. so that we can make our way back to this camp. But no, it seems this was not the way of finding Flake. Will this deep claw count towards the quest objective? Ah yeah, it does. That's great. That way we don't have to wait for the enemies to respawn. Now we can make our way back to Thalfar. It is really short, but still confusing a little bit. But it looks so great, like this pillar in the middle of the pit. Like this, I have always liked the view in here, so let us take the opportunity to take another peek of this view, because yeah, imagine how much work there was behind this for the dwarves. Yeah, the world designers in the game. You can tell they had a lot of fun designing Moria. I think Moria strikes a great balance in what the book tells you about it and what you need to adhere to when creating the place, but also gives you a lot of freedom from all the other locations in Moria the company doesn't get to visit. So yeah, you can tell the designers had a great time doing this expansion.
Dark things dwell now in Moria.
Thank you for your efforts, Beriathan. We're terribly short-handed here, given the threat of the goblins all around us. Whether or not those miners ever find anything, I rest easier knowing that they are safe.
It is said that Durin's Bane dwells here, though we have not seen it.
Oh, well done, my friend. We will have Menem-berej back in working order in no time.
If we drive the orcs from Khazad-dûm, will it be enough?
There are many lamps set along the winding mining path that descends into the Silvertine Lodes, but it has been many years since they have been lit. Will you patrol the long descent and light the lamps as you go? The fire should help to drive away the enemies that have settled here, and help the dwarves to see as they work and explore. Alright, so this seems like it will take us further south into the Silvertine Lodes. Let us take this quest from
We
Goofy.
have seen naught of Durin's Bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria.
According to our maps and Balin's own records, there is a mining site along the tunnel where you began to fret for your safety. You should try to overcome your worry and see what you can find there of Balin's expedition. My hope is that there is great potential in that mine for our own dwarves. You let me know what you find, Beriathan. I am counting on you. But yeah, you're teasing us. Teasing poor Beriathan for feeling uneasy about that tunnel, but you wait until we go there and we'll see who laps last. Very well then, you will see. We will be finding veins of mithril and cluster of gems in no time.
Mithril it is called by the elves, and true silver in the common tongue, but the dwarves do not share their own secret name. The hope of finding it has led many dwarves to their doom in Moria, for they seldom heed the dire warnings when their hearts yearn for mithril, cold and bright in the dark.
Well, I think Galadriel's voice actress really did an amazing job with all her lines during Mirkwood in Moria, and I think she even got a couple of new ones on later expansions. But well, she did an amazing job. I think a great delivery, but she also has that tone of voice that we have come to associate with Galadriel. Very similar to Kate Blanchett's own voice, but not only Kate Blanchett's, because many other games based on the books also go for this kind of voice tone when casting their Galadriels. I'm not sure why. And to be honest with you, I have not listened, for example, to the BBC adaptation there on the radio. The one in which Ian Holm was Frodo. Who knows, maybe that dates back to those days. Or even the Ralph Bakshi film. I don't remember a lot about the film. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, there's something more in there, but I'm not sure what the origin for that is. Oh well, anyway, or the other. Yeah, the voice actress did a really good job. I don't know her name, to be honest with you, but I really like her as Galadriel. I also like the voice actor who did Gandalf's lines for the original Shadow of Angmar content. Don't know exactly what happened to him. Why wasn't he brought back? He had a lot of energy as Gandalf, which is fitting for Gandalf the Grey, and the other voice actor that they have now for Gandalf the White is more solemn, I believe. Whatever Balin accomplished here, this site is no longer safe for any minor. So yeah, maybe that's why they changed the voice actor. Maybe they wanted a different delivery for Gandalf the White as compared to Gandalf the Grey. I'm not sure. I was not here when that changed. Well, I was here when they changed when Gandalf the White was initially introduced, but I'm not sure what made the devs change the voice actor. It was just an issue with license or royalties, I don't know.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
By axe and sword, Beriathan, you have my deepest apologies. I did not realize how bad things really were down here. We will need an entire garrison to clear these mines properly. Yeah, I knew you were. You will come to your senses eventually. That I will teach you to make fun of Beriathan. I mean, the guy has faced Mordred, Amarthiel. I mean, you can give him some. You can give him a break here in Moria. I mean, he feels some dread is for a good reason. So now what we need to do is find Filik, and I have no idea where Filik is. I think we'll actually need to go back to Gamil Filik and look for a different exit. Or maybe we don't need to look for a different exit. It's already here, yeah. Ah, okay. There I see him. There is Filik.
It is said that Durin's Bane dwells here, though we have not seen it.
Who are you? Are you a friend? Did Steris send you to find me? I hope so. I begged for this task, and now all I want is to be back safe in camp.
What foul and nameless things we face in Moria, I know not.
Hurry up and get me out of here. I wish I had never wanted to come out here. All I wanted to do was make my father proud, and now I am about to become goblins too. Stop dawdling and let us go. Alright, give me just a moment, Filik. It took us some time getting in here, finding this location, so I want to make sure I'm not missing anything important in here. But yeah, this seems like this is just a different entrance to Gamil Filik. Yeah. Alright, I'm ready to go, Filik. Coming back to you. Wait for me.
I am not sure Khazad-dûm can be restored. The orcs have surely ruined it.
I hate this place. Get me back to the deep descent. There we go. You're gonna fight this guy? Yeah, of course you are. Whenever you're ready, let us continue. Please don't fight. Okay, so I think it's safe to assume you're also gonna fight this guy, so... Continue, please. I can make it back to camp from here. Thank you for your help. Alright, we're going back as well. Before we continue further towards the deep descent, let us go further into the Silvertine Lodes, I mean. Let us go back to the deep descent and turn in all the quests that we have in here.
The Lords of Moria have returned!
Though our goblin neighbors will likely not trouble us in the future. That is excellent news, Beriathan. Thank you for help instilling at Gamil Filik. Oh, my bad. Agility, vitality, yeah.
Perhaps soon we will toast our victory against the Orcs of Moria!
A band of miners from the deep descent has pushed forth into the Silvertine Lodes to establish a small mining camp in the center of this area. You should seek Thalfar along the path towards Menem-berej and give him my regards. He will likely need your help getting things started. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
The time has come to drive forth the Orcs from our kingdom.
Good work. This certainly came from good strong orcs, which means that you must be ready for the fight ahead. I will tell you all I know, then send you to speak with Garthard and Hafberg, where they, like myself, have tasks within the vault.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
A worthy find indeed. Though I am unclear of where this came from, I know from stories that there were many such crystals stored in a treasury that we are intent on finding. But this could not be such a treasure, as the vault is long forgotten and well hid. It is unlikely that orcs could have found the entrance, yet what if they have? Suddenly, I fear that this discovery is more dire than I had thought, Beriathan. What was that? The earth shook, did you see that?
We have little time to speak. Great events have been set in motion.
Orcs are bad news. Of that, there is no debate. But some orcs are worse than others. Garthar and myself ran into some trouble with a brutal sort of orc a short time back. We thought nothing of it at the time, as we bested the foe, but they proved powerful while alone. I cannot imagine that their power would diminish at all in a crowd. These orcs use the very shadows in the mine against you. Be careful when you fight them, but fight them nonetheless, and when you have bested them in the vault, return here to me. The Forgotten Treasury lies a fair journey to the south and southeast of our location here in the deep descent. Do yourself a favor, my friend. Do not travel within that place alone.
What foul and nameless things we face in Moria, I know not.
If you're traveling into the Forgotten Treasury, as I expect you are, I would ask that you take the time to see that any relics or coins already taken out of the place are returned to us here. We would not like to disturb anything that is still intact within the treasury itself, but anything already spoiled by the orcs should be returned to us here. Should you find anything befitting, I would ask that you collect these items from within the treasury and return them here to me at the deep descent. The Forgotten Treasury lies to the south of here.
If we drive the Orcs from Khazad-dûm, will it be enough?
You must be the man that Falgir has been going on about. I suppose you do have the look of an adventurer, though you seem a little soft around the middle. It tells me you mean to enter the Forgotten Treasury to the south and southeast of the Deep Descent. If you do, I wanted to warn you about the Troll Twins, Scum and Uraut. They are quite alike in temperament, it is said. Some of our company have come across at times, but few ever survive. Should you find yourself facing them, I will be greatly in your debt if you would deal with them once and for all. Our scouts last saw them in the area where the Forgotten Treasury was found, south and southeast of our location here in the Deep Descent.
We have seen naught of Durin's bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria.
If you are making your way into the Forgotten Treasury, I would ask that you do me a favor and collect any of the crystals that you find within. They have very little value outside of this place, but their qualities were never fully researched, and history states that none who touched the things ever felt that they would be used for good purposes. If you make your way to the Forgotten Treasury, south and southeast of the Deep Descent, collect as many of these as you can and return them to me.
Balin came, but we have heard no word from him.
So you found Flake, and he was well, not too badly hurt. There is very relieving news. Thank you. I am in your debt. Both the captain's son and my beard are safe, at least for another night. Might, agility, critical rating, physical mastery. Okay, let's take this one.
Dark things dwell now in Moria.
Ah, you're back! Wonderful! Let me take a look at what you've collected. Very carefully examines each piece of ore closely by holding them up to his squinting eye and rolling them gently in his fingers. No mithril yet, just ordinary iron here, I believe. This is disappointing, but I am not surprised, nor shall I give up hope. There are many places yet to explore in the Silvertine Lodes.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
Alright. Let us get ambush critical rating. Not what we are looking for exactly. Would be better if it was in vertical strike critical rating, but that legacy doesn't exist. So let us go back to Thalmar at his camp in Menem-berej. We have already been there. So it would be pretty easy finding our way back. Alright, here we have Thalfar.
I am not sure Khazad-dûm can be restored. The orcs have surely ruined it.
Hail, traveler, are you here to help us get our feet wet? Good, we can always use another pair of hands. Alright, so that's where we would have gotten the quest to scout the tunnels from Goofy and ordering the platform from Thalfar, and now just need to look for the lanterns, the lamps. Alright, let us continue our path. Alright, so this is not the way it seems. Lamp, oh, where was it? Okay, It's here. I would assume the path towards more lamps, yeah, is through here. There's one here in Menem-berej. Could be a sage locker in here, or maybe it's, yeah, it's up high. Too bad. And let's continue looking for lamps then. Oh, finally a Moria mirror, untouched. So that means we can start the Reflections questline. That's good. Reflections of Rails. Swiveling this mirror back into place should restore a little light to Casa Doom. Once finished, you should seek out the dwarf Detmar at the deep descent. Okay. That was simple enough. Now, Aegis Locker. No. That's a no-go, I think. Now, are the lamps on this path to the waterworks? Doesn't seem like it, so seems rather we should start making our way back towards the camp. And I would hope more lamps are over here. Please. And thank you. Or maybe not. Alright, so you could... That's another way of getting to Menem-berej. I remember now. A little bit unorthodox, but it gets the job done. Gotta find some lamps. Lamp, alright. Lamp. Where is it? Okay, so it's on the way down the platform. So that means I can actually... Oh, that was close. Okay, yeah. Here are the lamps. Alright, so... I really love when they try to get you and the dots and blitz get him on the way. So cool. I think it's LOTRO's version of people walking away from explosions looking cool. It has the same effect, I believe. Now, I technically need to get back to Thalfor, and I don't know where the red circle is. But I know there is a deed, a hidden deed, associated with falling into the darkest pits of Moria at different locations. And I'm wondering if this is one of those locations, and if the red circle will get us closer to where we need to go. So, let us give it a try. And I hope I don't regret this. God! You have plummeted into the depths of the Silvertine Lodes. Oh God. Oh Jesus, what a fall. Oh my God, that was so fun. And we're back in the deep descent. Oh yeah, so that was better.
Welcome to Casa Doom.
You're making Casa Doom just a little more habitable every day, Beriathan. These mirrors will once again light our ancient home. Alright, so we have completed quests of the Silvertine Lodes. That is it that we got on the previous episode, but I didn't show you. So this is the time to show it to you. 5 LOTRO points, 2000 virtue XP, that's 415 quests done in the Silvertine Lodes, which is not that hard. Now we have also a new deed, Reflections, 1 out of 9, so you gotta find 9 different mirrors in Moria. 5 LOTRO points. Alright, so we have capped Valor once again. And now we're working towards Determination. Yeah, it was really helpful capping the virtues before heading into Moria. It's easier now to keep up the pace. We've gotta make our way back to Alfor and tell him that we have already lightened the lamps. I think we can make this jump here. Feels faster, at least. There he is.
If it were not for the prospect of finding Mithril, I would not have come here.
Thank you, Beriathan. The light will be a great boon to our efforts in the Silvertine Lodes.
Many foul things dwell in the depths of the mountains. I fear the orcs will be the least of our troubles.
You have helped us out a fair amount here at Menem-berej, Beriathan. While you were exploring, an explorer named Sori passed through on his way south, and he asked for the assistance of anyone I could spare. I told him I would apply to you upon your return. Would you seek out Sori as you head southwards? Okay. Is he like at the entrance of the Forgotten Treasury or the Way of Smiths? It seems like it. Because it's the same quest rank for both. But I'm not sure. Let us try and see. Oh god. It doesn't seem like it. I don't see any quest ranks on this area. So it seems like it's here, but on another level? I'm not sure. Will the quest text have more information about it? Funnel leading south. Alright, no. My bad. I see him now, yeah. What a silly confusion on my part. Oh, come on. Heading north once again? Oh. I think the tunnel is actually this one. Yeah, it seems this is the way. Just gotta be careful not to fall down. I don't think we can survive some of these falls. But yeah, falling off in the Silvertine Lodes was really fun. Seeing how deep this this cave truly is.
These halls will be great once more.
Ah, you must be the famous Beriathan of whom I have heard so much praise spoken. They are singing of your ballad from holding to the roots of the Silvertine. Stay a moment and I am sure we can do some good work here.
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance.
Well, as you can see, the shop just near me is utterly infested with those vile glowworms. Perhaps you can do me a good deed and smash the ugly crawlers, and while you are at it, collect some of the luminescent goop that gives them their eerie glow. I believe I can fashion some of that goo into a torch of sorts, which will light a way for me in this accursed dark.
We have seen naught of Durin's bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria.
The real reason I have come to this forsaken tunnel is to search for mithril along these dark, forgotten paths. Up where the glowworms infest the mineshaft, I believe there will be plenty of ore deposits to harvest. Will you bring me a sampling of what you collect? Okay, alright, so we're not making our way to the waterworks yet. Just gotta make our way to this worm-infested tunnel, but that, however, will come on the next episode. So join me next time, we'll explore these tunnels and mine some ore. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures, and I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below and let me know. Stay safe and take care, and I hope to see you on the next one, my friends. Bye bye, and see you later.